Hey everyone, welcome to Adventures in Everyday Cooking, where every day can be an adventure in your kitchen. My name is Heather, and today we're going to continue on my 2021 New Year's resolution. I know it's July, and it's been a hot minute since I did any fish recipes, so I thought I would jump in here. That way, at the end of the year, I can say I gave it my best shot. But today should be a really fun one, and actually, I probably will like it quite a bit. This is going to be cod in the air fryer. Now, I am going to explore all the ways you can do cod in the air fryer. In fact, I am going to do it with panko, and I'm going to try a beer battered one in the air fryer as well. I'm also going to do gluten-free. So there's something for everyone. I hope you'll stick around. Well, without further ado, let's get on to this fish adventure. Whew. It should be delicious. Let's go. All right, so like promised, 2021, I am doing more fish. Now, I have had some cod that I liked in the past, but I'm generally not a super fish fan, so I'm super excited to be trying cod here at home. If you are a gluten-free person, I am going to make some gluten-free with the 4C crumbs, gluten-free breadcrumbs. Kikkoman also has a gluten-free panko breadcrumb, but I couldn't find it in my grocery store yesterday, so we're just gonna go for the 4C. And I love 4C. I've used it quite a bit. I've used it several times on this channel, and it's almost like panko, so I don't know. But those are the two that I'm using, and I am gonna try a beer battered fish. That will come in a second. I don't know if that's crazy or not. I don't know, but we're gonna try it. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna wanna do is we are gonna wanna get the fillet that we're going to work with onto some kitchen towel or some paper towel or whatever, kitchen paper, whatever you wanna call it. And we're just going to get it really dry. This was frozen yesterday, and so I thawed it in the refrigerator overnight. And so there is a little bit of liquid inside of it still, but not a whole ton because it's been sitting on the paper for quite some time and the paper is almost soaking wet. So we'll get it dried off here, and then I'm gonna grab my knife and I'm gonna cut it in half. And why am I gonna cut it in half? Because I want to be able to dunk it in our beautiful tartar sauce in just a little while. So here in front of me, I have some regular all-purpose flour, some beaten eggs, and some unseasoned panko breadcrumbs. Now, we're gonna wanna put some Old Bay seasoning in the panko. The recipe says to put about a teaspoon and then adjust for your own palate. I've actually never had Old Bay before. Kind of smells like celery. Celery salt is the first ingredient. Celery seeds, salt, spices, red pepper, black pepper, and paprika. Well, those are all things I like, so we're gonna put 1 generous teaspoon of Old Bay inside of there, and we're gonna give it a good stir. All right, now that we have this opened, I'm just going to dab it just a little bit more to make sure I get all of that moisture off that I can. All right, look at that. I have 2 little fish sticks ready to go. Fish fillets, I don't know. All right, now, for those of you that don't know, I am a parchment paper fan. And because I have to flip this fish over, and because I know it's going to stick, I'm gonna use parchment paper on my trays. This just ensures that my tops will get crispy, and then I'll be able to flip them over to get my bottoms crispy. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our fish, we are gonna drop it using tongs so that we don't get our hands all dirty. We're gonna drop it into our flour, coat it up, shake it off. Then we are gonna drop it into our egg. And then we are going to drop it right into our panko. And we are going to pack it on really well. Now, the recipe that I'm following is from Delish. I will leave a link to that recipe in the comments below. The one thing that I did notice that it did not have me do was use any oil. Because it's an air fryer, that confuses me a little bit. But we're gonna do a science experiment here. I'm gonna have one with no oil, and then I'll have one with oil, and we'll see which one works best. All right, so let's do it to our next piece here. All right, and over we go. Bam, those guys are ready for the air fryer. But we want to make one more so that we can coat it in oil because we really wanna see. We wanna see if it makes a difference. And I'm realizing right now that I actually want to put one of each of these on each side. So I'll have one with the oil and one without, but each from each fillet. I don't know that it's gonna make a difference, but one of them's a little thicker than the other one. So yeah, might as well. But like I mentioned, the instructions don't say to cover it in oil. So I don't know if you're actually not supposed to or not, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna put those over there and we're gonna spray these with oil. Lightly spray. Okay, and they're gonna be on the same tray, in the same oven, at the same level, almost guaranteeing there's gonna be a difference. So here we go. Are you ready? I'm excited. All right, so we're gonna turn our air fryer to air fry, and that is 400 degrees for 10 to 12 minutes. I'll go ahead and set it for 12 minutes, and then at the halfway mark, we will turn the pieces over and then we'll check for doneness. So, good luck, little guys. And I am going to put it in one of the lower racks. All right, next we are gonna do the gluten-free one. So I'm gonna do all of the same things, but this time I'm going to dredge it in gluten-free flour, egg, and gluten-free breadcrumbs. Oh my goodness, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to salt and pepper those. Oh, make sure you salt and pepper your fillets. I'm gonna go ahead and salt and pepper those. And since I am doing one with oil and one without, maybe I'll spray this first before the other one goes on. That way I don't get any oil because we want to be real scientific about this. All right, and now for our last one. It's halfway. Let's check it out. Let's look. Wow, look at the ones that I sprayed with oil. That looks fantastic. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the paper and I'm going to turn them over. All right, and back in. All right, back to our fish at hand. I remembered that I did not dry it off. So I'm gonna go ahead and salt and pepper that one more time after I dry it off. Now it's time for the beer batter. So, oh, salt and pepper. See, I almost forgot again. So here is what we're going to do. We are gonna take our regular all-purpose flour, the Old Bay seasoning, and beer, and put it all together to make a beer batter. That's what the directions say. Those of you that know me know I'm not super thrilled about the fact that we're using beer, but at the same time, I like beer battered stuff. I just don't like the taste of beer. This is a light. Whoa. I don't know what it is. It's Pacifico. So, how much beer do we add? I honestly don't know. They said it just needs to look like pancake batter. So, we'll just keep adding until we have pancake batter. Okay, I'm thinking that looks a little bit like pancake batter. It's a little lumpy. I don't know if it's supposed to be, is it supposed to be lumpy? That's pancake batter. All right, I am not gonna put that in my mouth. No thanks. I will, however, take a drink of my coffee. Portland. It's time. Oh, wow. Okay, well, let's check to see if these are done. They need to flake off just a tiny bit. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think those are done. And I want to taste it right now because I can't wait. I didn't eat lunch for this. Oh, even with no salt and pepper, that's really good. So interestingly enough, you cannot really tell what was oiled and what wasn't. So, I mean, I know this one right here was the one with the oil on it, but crispy wise, one doesn't look any crispier than the other one. However, the one with the oil actually is a little bit crispier. So you can put oil on your fish, but it doesn't look like you need to, because check it out. Okay, I'm gonna set this off to the side and let's finish our beer batter. All right, so according to the internets, we are going to pick up our fish, dip it inside of our batter, and then put it straight away on our parchment. That might be a little bit too runny of batter. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, I forgot to put the egg in it. Duh, nuts. Okay, hold on. Let me set these back over here. This needs an egg. All right, so let's crack our egg right inside. Whisk it all up there. And then determine that maybe it's too runny now. So we're gonna add a little more flour. I probably added another 2 tablespoons and still a little runny. Let me add 2 more. All right, learn from my mistakes. That looks much better. Okay, so let's wipe that off. At least I caught it now and not after it came out and wondered why it didn't work at all. Pepper. All right, only a slight detour. Okay, let's try that again. Let's dredge these. The parchment will come in super handy with the beer battered one because as you can see there, they're kind of pooling. So I may stick another piece of parchment right under. Okay, just get them in quick. Ah. Okay, out of sight, out of mind, right? Okay, we're gonna reset it for air fry 400 for 12 minutes, and we will swap them at the 6-minute mark, and then I'll be back to show you tartar sauce and deliciousness. Can't wait. All right, we'll be right back. It's the halfway mark, so let's see what we got. Turn them over. Oh, oh, those look atrocious. Oh, yeah. Okay. I don't think the beer batter works in the air fryer, but hey, we'll try it, okay? We'll try anything once. Back in it goes. All right, that's nearly done, so let's make our tartar sauce. I'm gonna take 1 cup of mayonnaise, 1 cup of chopped dill pickle, 1 teaspoon of dried dill. If you have fresh dill, it's 1 tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of sugar, and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Just in time, that is done. And we are just gonna whisk that up for just a moment. And you'll see red flecks in mine. I don't know if you can see that in the close camera. That is because I'm using dill pickles that have some hot peppers in it. They're homemade. They're so good. So that this will be kind of like a spicy tartar sauce. All right, there we have it. Tartar sauce is done. Let's get that out into a bowl. And then let's take out our fish. Wow, those are the ugliest fish I've ever seen. Yeah, that's pretty ugly. Let's try it though. Let's try the batter anyway. The batter tastes like a beer batter. It's crunchy, but do you see that? Look at how ugly. They're like super ugly. I would never do beer batter in the air fryer again. Just saying. However, the gluten-free ones look really nice. Okay, time to taste. So let's start up here with the gluten-free one. So the gluten-free breadcrumb that I sprayed with oil actually looks a lot more eye-pleasing than the one without. Do you see the difference? This is the one without, this is the one with. So it definitely helped it to brown a little. So let's take a taste. That's really good. Oh, you guys, you can make air fried cod. Ooh, that's good. That is so good. Oh, that's really good. I mean, maybe I just don't like salmon. Now, that was the gluten-free one that I sprayed with oil. And I chose to eat that one first because you always eat with your eyes first, and that one definitely looked better being sprayed with oil. Now, I will try the other one, but I promise not to eat the whole thing because that's a piggy of me. Okay, that's good to note. Definitely spray it with oil if you're using gluten-free. That actually tastes a little stale. That's weird. Okay, now let's go to these ones are the ones that were not sprayed with oil, and they're just regular panko. That's good. But this one is so much crispier when it's sprayed with the oil. It needs to be sprayed with oil, 100%. The recipe that I was following from Delish did not have them sprayed with oil, and the oil ones are far superior than the non-oil ones. So I will make a note of that. Now for our Franken beer battered ones. I don't even want to eat it, but bottoms up. Okay. There are some crunchy bits on this beer batter, but mostly it's just soft. That is not a pleasant texture. I'm super bummed that I tried it, but I had to try it so that you would know. The fish inside is good, and the crunchy parts that are crunchy, so like the very edges, definitely are good, but it's not beer batter. So what did I learn? What did you learn? I learned that I will never do beer batter in the air fryer again. I also learned that I prefer spraying oil over the fish before it goes in the air fryer. Secondly, I learned that I prefer the gluten-free breadcrumbs over the regular breadcrumbs, which seldom doesn't happen. I mean, usually I'm gluten-free because I need to be, but I do cheat. Obviously, I just ate some of this. But I think the taste of this one is a little better, but there's a reason for that. I remembered to salt and pepper. So there's that. So be sure to salt and pepper your fish. You know what I'm gonna do? Since I did make some changes to the recipe, I will write it out and give you a link to that along with the original recipe. But this is a success. I learned a whole bunch and I hope you did too. So that's all I got for you. I'm gonna eat my gluten-free one. Oh, I guess I should say goodbye. Huh, I'm too into eating this. It's like, it's so good. And the tartar sauce is so good. Fresh tartar sauce, never buy it in a bottle. It's just so easy. Okay, you guys. Well, if you enjoyed that video, give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. I do videos several times a week, and I'm always looking for the next adventure. For instance, air fried cod, delicious. So if you have an idea for me, leave it in the comments below. Otherwise, I'm just gonna find my own ideas. What's the next fish? That's what I wanna know. You've stuck around this long, what's the next fish that you wanna see me eat? Don't say salmon, tried that. Although, if you have a salmon recipe that you're convinced that I will like, let me know, because so far, not so much. But that's it for me. We'll see you on the next adventure. Bye.